Hello, I am Patty McCarthy, Coordinator of Children's Faith Formation at St. Joseph Catholic Church. Welcome to our Pflaum Gospel Weekly curriculum training video. Hopefully, you have already explored our webpage and have become familiar with the basic concepts of the Gospel Weeklies program. This curriculum unifies our faith building and faith weaving and 7th and 8th grade peer group programs. Children in preschool through 6th grade attend faith building sessions on Sundays 9 to 10:15 and Tuesdays 4:30 to 5:45. Families attend each faith weaving sessions together once a month on a Friday or Sunday evening, 6:15 to 7:45. They take home activities to weave into their family life between the monthly sessions. 7th and 8th grade attend peer group sessions on Sunday mornings, Sunday evenings, and Tuesday evenings, either in Catechist's homes or at St. Joseph Church. This training video will encourage any catechist or parent in our program to feel confident teaching a student lesson. The most important thing to do is to pray before you begin teaching. Relax and allow God to lead you through the lesson. Secondly, read the Gospel. This is the only objective of all of the activities provided and suggested in your lesson plan that must happen every session. Parents, catechists, and aides will become familiar with the following components for teaching the program: a curriculum overview for 2019-2020, lesson plans, teaching guides, and student lessons. Curriculum overviews, electronic versions, are available on the Children's Faith Formation documents and information page of our website. Lesson plans are provided by grade level. The lesson plan for parents teaching lessons at home will include clear instructions. Teaching guides come in 4 8-week units. Hard copies are distributed to all catechists. Online versions are available in both English and Spanish. Student lessons are created in the same 4 8-week units as the teaching guides. Catechists receive a copy of the student lessons and the corresponding teaching guide. Students receive a student lesson booklet in each class session. For weeks when there is no session or when a child is absent, parents receive student lesson booklets in their faith building family folders, their faith weaving Live-It kits, or in their child's student folder. Catechism handbooks, what the Church believes and teaches, at each learning level are kept in the classroom for faith building students, at home for faith weaving students, and may be either kept by the catechist or carried back and forth for 7th and 8th grade peer groups. It is important to know that the Gospel Weekly levels used in our St. Joseph programs are slightly modified from what is printed on the teaching guides and mentioned on the Pflaum website and videos. Seeds. Preschool and kindergarten children learn about the Gospel through talking, listening, singing, storytelling, and colorful hands-on activities. Promise children in grades 1 and 2 experience the Gospel through storytelling, prayer, and fun activities. Fun hands-on activities, realistic stories, and gospel narratives lead children in Good News, grades 3 and 4, through the gospel theme of the week. 5th and 6th grade venture students explore and expand their faith through dramatization, the use of current events and stories, making moral choices, saint stories, and imaginative activities. Vision lessons emphasize Catholic social teaching, moral reasoning, service, current interest articles, life, dilemma, and stories, and real Christian examples for our teens preparing for confirmation. During the rest of this training, we will be looking at samples of these materials and pointing out how the materials work together by referencing each other. We will also show you how to find key aspects of the materials. This may be a good place to pause the video, review the materials, and have any sample materials in front of you before resuming. Let's start with the curriculum overview and determine based on the date which lesson plan to use. For the faith building sessions, you find the date and it will tell you the gospel reading and the theme for that week. At-home lessons are highlighted. For the faith weaving lessons, you find the date and again the gospel reading and the theme, and whether or not this is being taught on site or at home. Catechists will use the curriculum overview to find the correct gospel reading, theme, and grade level for which they're teaching. For each lesson plan, there is a Pflaum teaching guide. You'll find the matching date and then be able to go to the correct page number for the lesson plan in the teaching guide. When you get to the page number, you're going to make sure it's the correct student booklet which you're using. From there, you're going to want to read, for catechists and teachers, the scripture background and connecting the scripture and doctrine. The pacing guides are really for other programs, not our program. Do not worry about that. The 2-page spread in every teaching guide, regardless of the learning level, is very important. It's very simplified and color-coded to the 3 sections. Each section, the objectives of what the learning goal is are clearly defined. The most important, again, is always discovering the gospel and the doctrine. You're going to be able to read the gospel from the teaching guide for seeds and promise. You'll be able to read the gospel from the student lesson for good news, venture, and visions. It's a narrative form. You can always pull out the Bible and read the gospel, and also use our video pages to read the gospel. The doctrine refers to our catechism handbooks, what the church believes and teaches. Again, there are pictures to be sure that you're using the correct corresponding materials. For faith building, the catechism handbooks remain in the classroom. Lastly, for catechists, there's a lesson wrap-up section where you can see where to access assessments and any activity worksheets that you might want to use to extend the lesson. Every student lesson, regardless of the learning level, will have the date, and it is color-coded with the banner at the bottom of the lesson to match the liturgical year. There's a few things I just want to point out when you're looking at the student lessons. One is that the reference to the correct catechism handbook page is in the student lesson as well. Look for the picture of the catechism handbook. The other thing I wanted to point out is that regardless of the learning level, there's a family corner in the younger grades and a with my family and friends corner in the older grades. The prayer and the question of the week and some suggestions of actions and activities are the same for the whole family to experience the gospel together by praying, discussing, and acting on that gospel message for that week. There's a few things in the older grades that I'd also like to point out. There's always a Catholic faith word. This is how they can increase your vocabulary in the Catholic faith. There also are talk bullets for any of the activities, such that parents and catechists can always come back and find talking points to pick up with the kids. There's often a prayer service at the back, which is very creative to do at home or in the classroom. In the faith-building lesson plans for the younger grades, pre-K through 6, there's a materials section and an activity summarized section which refers to a concept artifact. What this is doing is building from week to week on the lessons and the gospel messages as they progress, such that at the end of that unit, each family will have a concept artifact at home where the different gospel messages, each time they were what was learned, is added to the concept artifact. On the lesson plan for the at-home family lessons, you will see go to Mass and make sure that each child picks up an artifact sheet from the tables at the back of the church exits. So for the at-home family lesson, you will get your artifact at Mass and add it to the booklet back in the classroom. Thank you so much for watching this training video. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me at the contact information on the screen. Have a blessed day.